friends, welcome to my channel. It is Rachel, and today I am challenging myself to use a pattern paper background. So I'm just trimming off this paper. I think it might be from Chasing Dreams, Maggie Holmes. And okay, let me just say it off the bat. I accidentally made it a little too big. So when I go to put it into my what's it called, page protector, it's a little too big. So like I kind of like crumple up the edges so that like it kind of fits in, but make it look like I meant to crumple the edges. Anyway, whatever, I'm over it. This isn't my favorite layout ever, but I do really like that background paper. I think it's really, really cute. It includes it includes different patterns from the collection, but it's very like subtle, which I like. And I'm just taking different pattern papers from Maggie Holmes collections. I gathered a bunch of the pink and then some blue, and I'm just kind of using up my scraps because I love to do that. I don't really like to start with a fresh paper until I've used up a lot of my scraps most of the time. This paper pad is Maggie Holmes Bloom, and I love it. It's just a 6x6 paper pad. Great collection. And I'm just kind of ripping the papers and layering them up just like I normally do. And then I realized that I wanted to put this one on the photo on some foam, so it's no problem. I just lightly peel it off and then stick it back on. One of the layers stuck to it, which is totally fine. And then I just have this little stash of frames, so I'm kind of looking around for one. And I find this blue one, and then I find some more, and I'm trying to think of how I could incorporate all three of them. But I wasn't really liking any of the different combinations. So I start with this one and add it to the side there. And then I think I start by adding that one, but then I do take it away because it was just too bright of a pink and too like reddy orange of a pink compared to the rest. I think I take it off. Yeah, I do. And now I'm going through my ephemera from the collection and trying to find some things to layer behind the photo and beside the photo. That really cute blue patterned paper is actually, it used to be a tag, but I used the top of the tag for a layout, and then I think I'm going to use, and then I just cut it so I could use that paper, and I think I'm going to use it eventually, but I'm just taking some tags from my stash and layering them up. That tag that you saw me put on there is actually from chapters that I got, so that's kind of cool. And then that piece of ephemera is beautiful. I love it. I love that map pattern, even though it kind of sucks that I covered most of it up, but that's okay. That's from, I think, Chasing Dreams. And then I start with this beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous flower, but then I do change it out for a different flower, I think. And the title's going to be Love This. I was going through my layouts and I realized that the word love had come off, so I gotta find that somewhere. It's got to be somewhere in my room or sitting on my desk or something, so yeah, oh well, it happens. That's why sometimes you gotta use extra adhesive, and I forget that sometimes. And I'm just going through the chipboard and the sticker that I have of Maggie Holmes and adhering everything down. This is a picture of when my husband and I went to the social. We were in the audience for the social. If you're Canadian, I'm hoping you know the show. It's a really fun talk show that is filmed in Toronto. So this was on our way back from our trip out east, and Toronto is only an hour away from my house, so it's not far, but we were on our way back anyway, and my husband could take the extra day off, and I had 2 weeks off from work, so it was kind of perfect. I really, really, really wanted to go see the social with him sometime, because I had been in the audience a year or two before with my mom. I think 2 years before, but I really wanted to go with Andy sometime because it's one of my favorite shows, so that was really fun. So now I'm just kind of ruffling up the edges. because I was like, this page is so plain and boring. So I start with that because I'm like, what can I add to this? It needed something. And actually, it's funny because I thought I finished it a couple times. So there are a couple times where I'd taken pictures of it. And then I was like, no, I need something. And like a couple hours later, add something. And then I have to like redo the pictures. And then I figured out what else more it needs. And then had to like redo the pictures again. It was funny. But I'm going to add this little cluster at the bottom. So I just added the top of this tag and then that bow and um and then that little spot for journaling if I want to do that. Oh, I do actually do that. Sometimes I actually do the journaling and sometimes I just like forget. Then I wanted to add more blue to the bottom there because there wasn't any blue yet. So I put that cute little camera in and then just some little doodads to complete it off. Now I was going to add this ribbon. I've been trying to put it on different layouts, so I do put glue at the top and put it up there. And this ribbon was just being so finicky. It wasn't staying, and then bam. And then I was like, it's too bright too. And I was going to add it in 3 different places, but really nothing was working and I didn't like it. It was too much. Wasn't the right thing for this layout. I think it's more something that would be good for Happy Mail or something because this was just not working out for me. So, but I do try hard to use it. I put it at the bottom there. Hold it there. I'm like, oh, that looks horrible. So I take it all off. And then I think this is a part where I was going to use my cutting board, but then the blade and the part that holds the blade fell off. That's why there's this giant pause. And I still can't find it. Well, okay, this is only a couple days later, but when you see this video, it'll be like a month later. But hopefully I eventually find it because I don't really want to buy a new cutting board thingy, whatever it's called. So I just used my scissors, which was fine because I crumpled the edges anyway, so you couldn't really tell if it's like uneven or something. So I'm just adding some like gold accents here and there because I do have the gold in the chipboard heart beside the word this. So I felt there needed to be some gold. Sorry, there's my cat walking through. So I added some gold paint splatters and I put a border around and that completed it off. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.